The gentlelady yield.
Yes.
Request that I'm struggling with why this tilts it. All it is a protection so that nobody can be mandated. 80% of the policies, in fact, do it. This just assures what the chairman, in fact, says is fact, that that you can have a policy that doesn't offer abortion. This merely guarantees it, doesn't mandate anybody to do it, doesn't tilt anyway. It just assures those of us who have a concern that, in fact, it could be written in at some point, especially after the 5 years. This just guarantees that some people will have an option. Why does the gentlelady feel it's a tilt?
Well, it's a legal medical practice, and by even having to talk about it, we're not talking about having your tonsils out and whether you can or can't. It's all based on religious matters and ideas that different people have. They have every right for those ideas. Let them have an abortion or not have an abortion based on their needs, not ours.
Will the gentlelady yield for a
all
question?
Right.
That I would like to overturn a decision, but I can't. I'm not attempting to. There are exceptions in here that I wouldn't necessarily agree with. I'm trying to recognize the law. I'm just saying under the law, which basically is one that you would agree with, that there, and by the way, I don't think it's a religious belief. I believe it's a scientific belief. The intensity comes from my religious viewpoint. But that in fact, the people who might be deprived of a choice here are people who are pro-life. By law...
I'd like to reclaim my time because I think I'm probably running out and other people are going to want to speak. I don't see it that way, but I respect your views, but I believe that we should be totally neutral and not...
Who seeks recognition on the minority side? Dr. Cassidy?
Thank you. One, this doesn't prohibit, there's no prohibition in here. It's just, there's not a prohibition against abortion here, number one. Number two, Mr. Andrews, if I can just explore this with you. The group health plans, after a certain point in time, will have to match the minimum benefit standard of the exchange. If the minimal benefit standard of the exchange establishes that it's going to pay for abortions, that will, as I gather, require all the group health insurance plans to pay for an abortion.
Will the gentleman yield?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, please.
It's not contemplated that the commissioner would either prohibit or not prohibit specific surgical procedures. The coverage would be for surgical procedures generally.
So I gather from what you're saying is that quite likely the commissioner may decide in their Orwellian wisdom that this shall be a standard benefit for everybody, including the people that the Catholic diocese pays for, or that the pro-life group pays for. They'll have a group health policy. I keep on thinking the Catholic diocese is going to be required to pay for this because the standard benefit package includes it. Am I the only one bothered by that?
If the gentleman would yield, I
Yes,
think we'd all be bothered by that, which is why we want neutrality on this question.
Now, it seems as if this establishes neutrality. Now, it doesn't say that you can't pay for it. It just doesn't. It just says you can't mandate it. That's all it says. It's actually, this establishes neutrality so that the commissioner at a later point cannot say it is mandated. Well, nor can the commissioner say it's not mandated. He has to, or she has to remain.
The gentleman would yield. I think that Ms. Woolsey's point, why is this one procedure then singled out for this?
If I may reclaim my time, certainly there's a difference between a potential life and a tonsil. I mean, maybe we can accept that there's differences to whether or not that life has any civil rights. But the fact is there is a difference between a fetus and a set of tonsils. It's hard to believe. And we know that because of law. We know that if a woman is pregnant and she's attacked and she's aborted, there's an increased penalty because she aborts. We know that the father is responsible to pay for some of the prenatal care. And so it's everywhere acknowledged, except apparently...
If the gentleman would yield for just a moment, there are some religious doctrines that would hold that a vasectomy is morally objectionable.
Well,
So why isn't that, why isn't
so
that
of course, at
cited?
some point, you have to draw the line, and...
Well,
and
that's
if-
right.
And I frankly think that this is a morally neutral, where it doesn't allow a mandate against or for. All it says is effectively the Catholic diocese will not be required to pay for abortions if the commissioner decides that it's the standard benefit.
Will the gentleman yield?
I yield.